All right, we are live again. About 10:15 p.m. April 5th. Going live. I was actually going to plan on going early tonight, but here I am again, just getting home. I went and had a solo dinner, and this shit was good. I left a damn bag in the car. I'm gonna go grab it. It's a really good dinner. I had probably the best crab cakes I've ever eaten in my life. It was delicious. I brought a piece home for my lovely with some duck breast. Look at y'all, I planted a satsuma tree today. How you like that? You're gonna have satsumas in November. Smoked duck breast, and I had a piece of coconut cake for my dessert. I saved some. A little taste of everything. She better eat it. Come on. Look who else we got here tonight. You want to say hello? Hey, babe. Hey, sweetheart. There you go. Yep, there she is. What's up? Keep it real. You didn't hear the first one in tonight. Getting it on number one. She knows. My ear itches. Yeah, so I intended to come in earlier. Well, good. Somebody got it. Nobody's getting my shit. Apparently, I'm still in a YouTube lockup. They don't want to let me out. They're trying to not let my channel blow up like it should. What's up, Darren? Yep, coming in to say goodnight. Everybody, he comes in here to tell me he's going to bed. What's up, LW? Good to see you. Everybody, welcome into the Proudmasculine live stream, April 5th. Well, it's good to know. It's good to know, keep it real. I'm glad I don't like to hear that. LW, what's up, Rockadoodle? I'm not glad to hear that, but it's good to know I'm not the only one. I think it's because of what I talk about. And I think I brought the attention on myself with that one rant I had. Oh, LW, I had a great night. I just got home. I was going to go early tonight. I was originally going to go see a movie, but the next one that started was at 9:30. I just wanted to get out the house for a little while. I don't even get to put regular clothes and shit on anymore. It's like I'm always in work clothes or gym clothes. Put on some jeans, a little V-neck, nothing fancy. And drove up to go eat at a little spot. I only eat it like 2 or 3 times a year. Thank you, B-Rabs. Thank you for the support, man. I went and had a nice dinner by my lonesome. Snow White. Fuck no. I don't want to see that old woke ass shit. If you could go back in time, tell your 20-year-old self one piece of advice, what would it be? I would tell my 20-year-old self, be the man that you've always looked up to. Be the man that you're looking up to. And nobody else has got the answers for you. It's only you and God. Seek wisdom. And in my 20s, I would have said, look, Sacrifice your 20s to live well in your 30s. Because either you're going to party in your 20s, hate your 30s, or you're going to learn in your 20s and hate your 30s. I mean, yeah. Party, no. Sacrifice your 20s and enjoy your 30s. Party in your 30s. Your 20s, you should be building. Fortunately, I don't have a 20-year-old self, but I have a 21-year-old son. So obviously God showed me what I needed to see in life to experience life as I am today, because this is probably peaking. I'm in the best relationship I've ever been in. My quality of life is probably the best it's ever been. I'm in a great place. I have the best relationship with God I've ever had. Like, things have just started coming together for me in the last 10 years or so. Yes, that's what I would have said. Make sure at 48 you could still pull 20-somethings. That's a must. And if you listen to me, I'll show you how to do it. There you go, Rockadoodle. Preach, brother. Build a sustainable, quality, like-minded community of folks. Join the memberships. Somebody gave me a $5 super chat. Rockadoodle, 5 memberships. Check this dude out. Everybody get a W's in the chat for Rockadoodle. Picking up 5 memberships tonight. There it is, y'all. That's how we do it. Memberships and growing the channel. Thank you for the support, brother. But yeah, definitely tell my 20-year-old self, get yourself to be able to still pick up 20-year-olds in your 40s. Does escaping the matrix require trauma? That's a great question, B-Rabs. That's a great question. I have to say yes, a degree. The right amount of trauma is the catalyst for having a successful and amazing life. And that looks a little different for everybody. And I'm not saying you should have lived your whole life in childhood in constant despair and in fight or flight. But I think there are crucial moments in people's lives that define different points and different turning points. And yes, some traumatic things, and this is the beauty of the trauma, is that you can take it and it'll break you, or you can take it and it'll make you. You can actually use your trauma to learn about yourself, learn about how to deal and work through adversity. Energy cannot be created nor destroyed, but it can be redirected. So you can use the same trauma that's turning you into an alcoholic or drug addict or a fucking crazy psychopath into being a successful self-made man and live an amazing life. And in order for that to happen, there's certain things, some truths that need to be realized. And what now is so popularly called the matrix, the lies, the system, the man, the system, the dysfunctional, evil social narrative these days, and political narrative. Let's face it. Yeah, we're in a better place because Trump took office, and I voted for Trump, but I mean, let's face it. Well, you kind of just replacing one system for another. I mean, at the end of the day, you think anybody in Washington, D.C. really gives a shit about your quality of life? And they'll change things around to make things a little better, but each party is changing something for somebody. And it just so happens for people like me, it's working in our favor for the time being. We don't even know yet what it's happening. But to answer the question specifically, yeah, I do believe there's a degree of trauma that needs to be experienced, or at the very least is beneficial. You know, trauma can be the big thing holding you back or the big thing motivating you and pushing you forward. And I don't mean motivating as you should pick motivation over discipline, but the trauma could be one thing that drives you to practice constant self-discipline, which in turn turns into self-love and self-respect, which in turn, it keeps growing, it keeps compounding. It's either going to go one direction or the other. Either you're going to develop a self-esteem, a quality self-esteem, a quality self-image, self-respect, self-love, and use that to build the greater things that come with that, the success, the peace of mind, the relationship, all the things necessary that contribute to a healthy life, not just one healthy aspect, but a healthy, well-rounded, well-integrated life. Or you can use that trauma and do the opposite. And the beauty of it all is it's your choice. You have a choice. You may not know how to at the moment, but that's why you got people like me to be able to teach you and guide you. And this is what I was saying earlier about I partied my 20s. I wasted years of my life doing dumb shit. And, fortunately, God had me walk the path I needed to walk in order to be there for my son. Now I have an opportunity to sort of redeem myself, living vicariously through my son, and I can direct him about how important it is that you use your 20s. Don't worry about partying right now. Your life's going to start peaking when you're in your early to mid-30s as a man anyway. You're going to get the most out of life, the best women you'll ever get. By then you could have learned money. You can pick up a tangible skill. There's all kind of things you can do with your 20s to use that time to make mistakes, take the losses, learn about sexual dynamics, learn female nature, learn your own nature. By the time you're in the 30s, you've gotten all that trash out the way. Then you can really just live your life and have an amazing time. Life's funner in your 30s anyway if you set up right. Doing all that fun stuff is more enjoyable when you have all your ducks in a row. And you can really just cut loose and enjoy it and experience it. Rock-a-doodle. Thank you, my man. Jair. Let's see. Mary Ann, Mary Jane, Susie, TKO, King Calebra, and F47 all got memberships. That was Rock-a-doodle, Mary Jane. Everybody's getting my notifications. Here we go. Rock-a-doodle knows how to go straight to my heart, don't you? Proverbs 12:1. We always celebrate God in scripture here, y'all. Proverbs 12:1. Whoever loves discipline loves knowledge, but whoever hates correction is stupid. Very good. Very good piece of scripture. Very fitting, Rock-a-doodle. So, yeah. And look, and here's also something I tell men, that you can enjoy the process too. You don't have to just suffer until you reach some destination or hit a goal. You can enjoy and genuinely be grateful for the process and the experience. Because ultimately, that's kind of what you're shooting for, to enjoy the process, because it never stops. You may arrive at a goal point, but it's never a final destination. You're always going to keep moving anyway. So why suffer, hit a goal, oh, I enjoy this, then start suffering again until you hit another spot and you're like, oh, I enjoy this, then start suffering again. That's not very sensible, and it's very unproductive and a waste of time. Why not just enjoy the whole thing? And when those awesome moments come, it's even more badass. And it's like peak fucking enjoyment, which, I think happiness is a fool's errand. Like, men shouldn't be seeking happiness. You should seek purpose And the purpose you find and the purpose you seek is where you're going to find yourself and happiness. Whatever happiness means to you. I guarantee you, it's not in between some chick's legs. It's not in a bank account. It's not in a bottle. It's not in a powder that you snort up your nose. Yeah, those are fun little things to experience, but it's not what real happiness and contentment looks like. You know, when you're looking up and you look forward to your life, when you look forward to getting out of bed and you look forward to experiencing the moments, I mean, how can you not be happy? If you wake up in the morning, I'm glad you're awake again. What's bad about that? It's all upside. Enjoy the process. The struggle and the ease, it all has a purpose. And it's all there to teach you. Don't reject yourself. Don't reject even the parts that you don't see as favorable. It's still a part of you. And whatever's inside of you now was necessary at some point and still may be at times. So embrace that shit. Take it in. You know, and for people, you know, I have a client who dealt with some pretty tough things in childhood, you know, and as have I, right? I do believe a lot of my wounds and a lot of the self-destruction I caused in my life was directly related to the experiences I've had in childhood. And so years ago, I started doing the inner child stuff, the inner child healing. And what it ultimately amounts to is you have to be the loving, encouraging, strong parent for your inner child that you never had. And you'll find your life takes a drastic change. And you'll have a whole new perception for yourself and an appreciation for yourself. Everybody carries that little kid in them. And so you can actually be the nurturer that you needed, that you never had. Think about it. And it feels amazing once you can wrap your head around that and actually put that into practice and internalize that. There's a whole nother level of existence that's there when you arrived at that point. When you realize, like, holy shit, I can actually protect myself. I could shield myself from the things that I needed to be shielded from that I never had an opportunity to. And it feels amazing. And it actually frees you up to go actually experience life the way it was meant to be experienced, no matter what age you start. Obviously, the sooner the better, because we all on a time clock here, you know, in this life. And the crazy part about it is you never know when you're going to punch out. You just don't know. But why not make the best of the opportunities that you are here and look at the moments as the present, as the gift? Because at the end of the day, that's all we have is each moment. Past is gone and you don't know what the fuck's going to happen from minute to minute. So why not just enjoy the moment and make the best of it? And whatever is going to happen, for however long it happens, it'll be worth living. I don't think there's anybody laying on a deathbed saying, I wish I would have done less with my life. Or, man, I surely wish I didn't take those chances. You know what I mean? So you're alive. Why not do it? Like, think about it. What's holding us back? Nothing. We are. It's our own thinking. It's our own self-image. It's our own fear of being judged and what people think about us. That holds us back ultimately. Oh, what if I'm not good enough? What if everybody sees me not do it? What if, what if, what if? We got all kind of what ifs about, like, what does that matter? Nobody's fucking paying attention. And if you have people there pointing and laughing, good. Guess what that means? It means you're so important that you're somebody that somebody's paying attention. So obviously you're doing something. But I mean, think about it. How often do you like graze the landscape to find people doing shit and watch them mess up and laugh at them? Doesn't happen. Now you may have people close to you that you may have some kind of resentment or some kind of negative or dysfunctional association with, that you're kind of glad to see them fall in their face every once in a while because they're pieces of shit. But generally, nobody's paying attention to what the fuck you're doing. And at the end of the day, what does it matter? Like I described earlier, wouldn't you rather love waking up and enjoying every moment of your life? Who cares what other people think? You'll find the most freed, the most down-to-earth, most successful people just live for that. They absorb the hate. You know, I tell people that all the time. That's how you know you're doing right. When you start getting haters, that's when you know you're getting somewhere. Because hate always comes from beneath. But that's not the only indicator that you're going somewhere and you're doing things. That's just one key. That's one very glaring evidence that you're growing, that you're changing, that you're improving, when you have people start to hate on you. It's true. And get comfortable with the aspects of yourself that you're not proud of or that you don't like, or it's a part of you. Why would you hate that? Not all of our negative behavior is because we're bad people. You know, your subconscious, your mind's job is to keep you alive, to survive. That's it. What that means to you is how you direct it and how you perceive things. Most importantly, yourself. So, like, everybody has shit about themselves they don't like, or that they find to be, that they perceive it as a flaw, or a less favorable outlook on something, or however you want to label it. You know what I mean. But those parts are necessary. You know, I'll tell you a little something about myself, what I dealt with. Something that I really struggled with was abandonment issues. That was a crippling fear of mine at one point in life, abandonment. And because I experienced that a lot as a child, it resided in me. But what happened was my subconscious gave me the ability to not really get close and connect. Now I say ability because this fear and the way my subconscious chose to help me survive that was not to hurt me. It was to help me. So what I was able to do was stay disconnected. Keep things very superficial. You know, I became very charismatic, very alluring, but good luck getting close to me. That wouldn't happen. It does now. And what would happen is, you know, lo and behold, because of what I experienced as a little boy, anytime I would begin to get that sensation that I'm getting close to someone, that, you know, the chemicals that indicate that you're in love and you're about to expose yourself to a degree to that, to be able to enjoy it, my subconscious would say, whoa, not today, brother. Remember what happened as a little boy every time you got comfortable and excited and you started feeling like this, you'd wind up hurt. So since you're feeling like that, it's time to shut everything down. Very possible, B-Rabs, very possible. Definitely a part of it. And this is why I don't judge myself. What's up, Rodera? Not that I don't critique myself, because I do. That's necessary, taking an inventory. I assess myself a lot. But, and that was the way my subconscious helped me survive, was staying away. And if something did feel like it was connecting, to sabotage it, to ruin it. Because my subconscious would say, hey, you remember every time when you was a kid, when you started feeling like this, it would fall apart and you would get hurt. So instead of you experiencing that, why don't we team up? We'll tear it down before it even happens and keep everybody at a distance. You don't have to worry about ever feeling like that again. And I agree. Like, hey, that's a great idea. Just become a fucking playboy and, detach from everybody. Nothing to worry about. Easy peasy. Until you experience life where you've done that for so long and it's unfulfilling. There's no depth. There's nothing to grab onto. There's no substance to living like that. Yeah, it's good for a little while. You kind of got a lot of freedom, a lot of options sexually. You can pretty much do whatever you want because you're not tied down or committed to anyone. You don't have to answer. But the main thing is, you don't have to worry about being disappointed and hurt. So that was something that took me years to overcome. Years. I waited a long time too. But B-Rabs makes a great point. This is the trauma for you that was required to level yourself up. And that's a great point, because it was because of those things that I've noticed that I had a pattern of sabotaging that caused me to go deep inside and take a real look at what's going on, which in turn allowed me to see other things about myself that I was missing. So you open up that deep, dark hole in you to see, well, you find some good shit in there too. And while you're digging through all that mess and that darkness, it tells you a lot about yourself. And then you start being able to build some evidence like, damn, I'm not a bad person. Obviously I have an iron will. I've survived things. So you start building a different perspective of what all that meant in life. Then you can actually appreciate those things, like those traumas we all say, as that was just my subconscious helping me survive and keeping me safe. That was necessary for the time being. But, that's why it's so important to grow spiritually, physically, mentally, emotionally, to grow and to evolve, because things change. And then it turns out I don't need that protection anymore. I'm not a vulnerable little kid throwing myself at the mercy of my caretakers who could possibly, let me down and hurt me. I don't have to worry about that anymore. Now I got me. And that's when I also discovered that I have me to take care of my younger self now. There's nothing to worry about. There's a lot of security in that. Once you have that understanding about yourself that, wait a minute, I can take care of me. Like, I can nurture myself. I don't need that externally. I don't need the mom and daddy to come do that for me anymore. I can do that on my own. And these little things just start appearing out of nowhere, and you're having these realizations and these revelations, and it just starts building from there. The next thing you know it, you have an amazing life. Rockadoodle says, Psalm 147:3. He heals the brokenhearted and binds up their wounds. Amen, he does. And through this journey, I found God, which is the most important and meaningful point to all this, that God made all that possible. And also being able to thank God for my hard times, for my struggles, because it got me where I am today. and, able to look at life through a different lens and a different perspective, I've got an amazing fucking life, y'all. And I'm not just saying that because I'm on YouTube trying to peddle subscribers. I genuinely do. And this is part of the reason why I'm on YouTube, to share that and offer it up to other people. Like I said earlier, best quality of life I've ever had. I've been sober for years now. I got a 21-year-old son that I get to show the way. I didn't have anybody there doing that for me. But guess what? I had such an adventurous life that I learned a ton about life. So many different life experiences. Now I can lead my son. Best relationship I've ever been in. Right now, me and Mrs. Proudmasculine. By far. In every way. And yes, we have our struggles. We've had hard times. We've had rough patches. There's also things that I've never experienced before. We pray every night. Just about every night. Sometimes I'm sleeping. Even when we have a little bit of a tiff. I said, give me a hand. You could pray pissed off. Give me a hand. I'll say a little prayer and I'm going to bed. It's a good night, baby. I'd say good. Go your ass to sleep. I had enough of your ass for the day anyway. But I don't care. I wouldn't trade it for the world, y'all. And what's funny is through all the growth and all the rewards that I get in my day-to-day life now, like I consider this, yeah, you can pray pissed off. You ain't got to be in a good mood to pray. God ain't worried about that shit. Just talk to him. He just wants to know you there. He just wants to know you asking. You do it with an attitude, or you can do it with a good heart. Doesn't make a shit to me. That's what I say. You can suck dick with a bad attitude, still get my dick sucked. Anyway, yeah, put a ring on it, huh, Roderick? I don't know. But then I look at, look at all these things, and I have a deeper appreciation for life now. Now that I've seen the other side. You see, what happens is when you step out of that victim role and you actually go for self-rescue, which self-rescue means go to God, and all things are possible through God. And I say that very literally, quite literally. I'm not saying that because it's a popular thing. I'm saying because I've overcome some of the darkest shit in life. And I'm proof and I'm evidence of it here today. And this is, shit, you made me lose my train of thought, Roderick. I'll answer your question. Hold on. Damn it. What was I saying? Somebody tell me. See, this is why I usually pause the chat, because if I see that chat move, I'm diving in. I lose everything. Somebody tell me what the hell I was saying, where I left off. Oh, well, I'll jump to Roderick's question. It'll come back. She says, do you ever have second thoughts about marriage? Everybody, Roderick, my faithful mod in here again tonight. She'll be policing the chat. So act right. Or you will get booted out. And look, she's worse than me. She'll mistake something funny for offensive and kick your ass out. So watch it. If you're trying to be funny, make it funny. Do you ever have second thoughts about marriage? Did I? Yeah, I did, actually. I ignored a lot of red flags. Yeah, that's a lot of things that were, but I didn't know any better. I was 23. I'd never had a stable family. I'd just been sober. I spent 18 to 22 just in and out of jail, out of my mind, homeless and shit. So, and I really thought you just kind of take the good with the bad in that respect, which you do in a sense. But I ain't gonna get into, the bad and all that. There's no reason. But yeah. Like I had people literally come to me and say, "You sure about marrying her?" And look, not that she was all bad. She was just dysfunctional too. I was no fucking Prince Charming, I can tell you that. But she said, on second thought, about marrying again if you were married before. I did up until I met Mrs. Proudmasculine, and we became an item. Now I don't have second thoughts. I'm not going to get into intimate stuff about my relationship because I don't want to spoil that and dilute the energy. But to answer your question plainly, no, I don't have second thoughts anymore about her. It's my love. Meme V says, realest thing I've heard all day. Definitely was a tough day for me. Well, I'm glad you're here, Meme 5 or Meme V, whatever you're supposed to be. Glad you're here. And congratulations on your tough day. And I say that seriously. We need tough days, y'all. Tough days is what makes the good days. We need chaos. Chaos is where you find the calm. See, that's what people don't understand. You got to learn to appreciate the contrast in life. You don't have to view it as a negative. You view it as a necessary. And see, what in these tough days and what in these tough times and what in this chaos is God? What is the universe trying to teach you? It's teachable moments. Now, if you look at it as, poor me, I'm having a tough day, then you're just a victim and you've wasted another fucking day of your life. But if you ask yourself, this is a tough day. What am I supposed to be understanding? What am I missing? God, what are you trying to teach me? What are you preparing me for? And realize, like, shit, it was just a day that I don't understand. I don't get it yet. Ayush, what's up, brother? What exams? Oh, yeah, look, Ayush. Talking about them tests. He's going to do fine. I guarantee you he fucking blows it up and comes in here and tells us, y'all. I'll put some money on it. You know what? I'll tell you what. I'm going to do a giveaway. I'm going to do it right now. There's not that many people in here. Somebody, if you're dealing with something, I'll put some. Oh, thank you. You know how old this watch is? This watch is about 7 years old. This is a second band. My ex-girlfriend bought me that. It's a leather gator band. That's my cash watch. I'm going to do a giveaway, but I got to find out how to do it. I'll think of something before the end of the show. No, I'll tell you what. 7, not 70, woman. 7. I'll tell you what. Anybody in here, this is the giveaway. This is the stipulations. You send me an email expressing what it is you would like to get out of a session with me. What are you working on and what would you wish to achieve working with me? What is something you want guidance and direction in? And tell me what that means to you. And I'll pick the best one on honor. The honor code on my word. Send me an email. And I'll give you a free session, free one-on-one. Well, look, if you don't get it, I don't want to hear your shit. Don't get all butthurt. And then come summer, I'm going to take a period of time before I raise my rate, and I'm going to do a 50% discount for about a month, month and a half. For people who want to get in last minute, I'm going to reduce the rate. And then after that trial period is over, I'm going up on my rates. Things are picking up, and honestly, my rates are already worth it. Way affordable and worth it. And I'm getting more business and more traffic. Because I find even at a lower rate, I get people, a lot of time wasters. And I only want to deal with people who are serious, ready to do something, actually do the work, not just tell me, oh, my girlfriend broke up with me, I want her back. And I say, all right, well, let's do the work. Oh, I don't know. I don't know if I can. I'll try. Well, Ayush, put in for the free giveaway. The free giveaway, that's not a smart way to say that. Put in for the session. And I'll genuinely, sincerely look through them, and I'll pick the one that I find out stands out to me. Good. That was good. I've been wanting to do that. Wow, that was simple. What took me so long to think of that? You know, my boy Eric, my mod out there, who we talked about the other night, who's battling a little something right now, he was actually going to put that program together for me to help me put that giveaway together. I just thought of that, spur of the moment, y'all. Isn't that awesome? That was a good idea. Send me an email about what would you want to work on and what does that mean to you. I had an amazing day, awesome day. Got a ton of fucking work done. I planted a satsuma tree, which I've been wanting to do. I finally bought one and put it in the ground today. Would y'all like to see the tree? Came in, got to chill out a little while after working. And I just went and had dinner by myself. I was going to go to the movies, but the show I wanted to see, next playing was 9:30. I didn't feel like getting out of the movies at 11:30, then coming home, all right, come on, we'll go take a walk and see it real quick. See if Fancy wants to go with us. Fancy, wanna go outside? Where is she? Fancy, wanna go outside? Let's go, come on. She's coming. Come on, let's go see. Let's go show everybody the tree. That little butt. Oh, fuck. There it is, y'all. Oh, look, it's raining. Y'all see my flags? I got a Trump flag and an American flag. I pledge of allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. There's the satsuma tree, y'all. See the fresh soil? Maybe if I get this way. Oh yeah, you can see it a little better with the light. And that there's my fig tree. I planted that earlier this year. There it is. It's fucking raining. DT is on, he said. Well, yeah, DT. All right, everybody, before we go in, everybody salute the Trump, Trump Vance and my American flag. Look at that. How majestic is that? Look at that. Huh? Got the wind blowing. Ah, shit, I'm muted again. Doggone it. I was just complimenting Mac on, come Fancy. Come on, sweetie. Come on, let's go. Y'all want to see her jump in the doorway? Come on, inside. Just see how she jumps over the threshold? She's got terrible timing. She's not the greatest athlete. We don't tell her that, though. Good job, baby. Thank you, Roderick. That is not a Super Duty. That's a F-150 4x4. Big Bob with super chat. Give me $5 W's in the chat for Bob. Oh, did I lose my Wi-Fi? I might have. Y'all got to see the tree and you got to see the flag. That's all that matters. You don't need my whole spiel about it. Rockadoodle said, send love, send an email with the 5-piece. Coming in hot tonight. Get a W's for Rockadoodle. Thank you for the donation, brother. I see we had DT pop in the house. Also a channel favorite. My man DT. Ask PM a question, Bob, New Jersey. I think he was just sending love for the flag, man. Got the Trump and the American flag on that biatch. That's how we roll here at Proudmasculine Estates. Just like that. And Rockadoodle sending a little love. Love for the channel. That's how we do it. And Rockadoodle DT bought 5 memberships tonight. Ayush, is that, I can't see the flag. Is that Iraqi flag? I can't see it, it's so tiny. Looks like the Iraqi flag. What countries? India, okay. Okay, I see the middle. All right, my bad. I didn't mean to call you Iraqi. Well, I knew you were from India anyway. You said that when you first came in here. Silly question. Well, thank you for the show of unity, brother. There's your fist bump. Right back at you. I love me some Indian food. They got a little place that's been open since I was a kid in greater New Orleans area. It's named Taj Mahal. They have the best fucking Indian food I've ever had in my entire life. I've eaten Indian food around the country. Yes, I love spice. Love it. And this whole place is owned by Indians from India. Look, I'll pay the price on my stomach. But if you eat it a few times, your stomach gets used to it. They have this stuff called butter chicken. Oh my God, y'all. It's so delicious. And they bring out this bread the whole time you're eating. And they have this yogurt drink. I can't remember the name of it, but it's yogurt, some kind of yogurt with fruit. And they make a mango. Dude, I could drink a gallon of this shit. An old guy just keeps them coming. He sees my cup empty, he'll bring me one right out. Yes, butter chicken. Lassi. That's it. That's the name of it. God, dog, I'd be, shit. I'd weigh 300 pounds if I ate Indian food all the time, the way I drink that shit. Tikka masala and naan, yes, that's the bread they bring, the naan. Big Fred in the house. What's up, sir? Doing very well. Thank you for asking. How are you? Good to see you as always. Hold on a second. Fancy. Fancy. Come see. What's going on? Very well. Good to see you, man. Good. Glad you came in. Man, I don't know. Somebody asked a question. Started out with the, what would you tell your 20-year-old self? That was a great question. My boy took off. LW Fitness. He jetted out. The breed is Peekapoo. It's a Pekingese, which is a Chinese dog, and a poodle. Oh, let's look at her little face. You could see the Pekingese in her. Hey. You see the little nose and stuff? She's got a little underbite. She's getting older. She's getting older to where you can see. Look at that face. Hey, baby. What? She knows what I'm saying. Yeah. You women say stuff like that. I'm telling you, she's got a human mouth. And her teeth are starting to do this. Now you can see her little bottom row of teeth when she's got the resting face. All her little puppy features are wearing off. She's got a birthday in June. Check this shit out, y'all. Let me tell you something about this dog. Mrs. Proudmasculine wants to throw her a birthday party. Apparently, we're the type of people who have dog parties now. Who would have thunk it? I finally got out of wearing clothes. Now we got to give a party. Well, guess what? We're going to invite other dogs. And apparently, they're going to have to wear birthday hats. What do you do at a dog party anyway? Do the people stay shut up? Do the people stay quiet and let the dogs interact? Yeah, Blue, gonna leave it out. DT says, do you believe the more successful you get in life, some friends will try to bring you? Absolutely. Let me tell you something about success. Something about leveling up and moving up. It's lonely. The more you grow, the more you outgrow. You know what I'm saying? This is what I want to tell you about people in general. People want to see you do well, just not better than them. And I've actually discussed this in depth on one of the lives one night, DT. So start looking for clues about who really belongs in your life when you start doing well. And when you start passing people and you start hearing shit like, you changing. What, you're too good for us? You know, you start hearing shit like that. Oh, you're too good for everybody. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Throwing some fucking shade at you under the guise of humor. That's how you know you're growing. What happens is you're going to grow, you're going to expand. What happens when you expand? You don't fit in everybody's little box of you anymore. You don't fit in their little box. And it's uncomfortable. Not only is it uncomfortable for them because they don't know how to control and manipulate you anymore, and they see you pulling away, it's also a reflection on themselves. You're holding up a mirror to them. And in the mirror, they see somebody who's not doing what you're doing. So and they don't want to take accountability for that. So the best way for them to handle that is to resent you for it. And try to peg you as a bad guy because you won't stay at their level. And the more you outgrow them, look, When you start expanding, you identify with less mainstream shit. The more unique you become and certain things that you do differently, the less you fit in everywhere. And that's a very good indicator that you're doing well and you're achieving things, is that you don't fit in just anywhere anymore. Like there's certain places that you used to go to that don't make sense anymore. Certain people that don't fit, certain ideas, certain music, certain TV shows, certain habits, certain hobbies. They just don't matter anymore. Like it doesn't make sense. You just don't identify with it anymore. And there's less and less people who think like that. That's why it gets lonely. Like I can't be in a crowd of people who just, these guys chit chat about fantasy football. Like I have no interest in that. I don't understand it. I don't understand why. I don't understand why you know that much about a fake football team that you put together. Like, why do you know so much about another man's career? Why wouldn't you be able to learn, if you focused all that attention and energy into learning yourself like that, you'd be unstoppable. But no, you and a bunch of guys get together and have a draft to make fake football teams. And if that's your thing, that's fine. It just doesn't make any sense to me. Every year I get the same thing. You play fantasy? No. Why not? It's fun. So I do other kind of fun shit. I get laid, I work out, I go to jujitsu, I read, I do live streams. This shit's fun. Do you do live streams? No, that doesn't make any sense. Yeah, okay. Just checking. But you know what I'm saying. When did I start noticing this happening in my life? Well, I'll tell you when it first began is when years ago, when I was 37 and I went to college and got a degree. I didn't know what it was then. I just thought, like, I felt kind of down about it. I'm like, damn, nobody's talking to me anymore. Anytime they would bring up school, they would, oh, you ain't gonna finish. Oh, you're not college material. Oh, you're not this. Because I only had an 8th grade education. And, the people I'd hung around with were people I hung around with since a child. And that's what I'm telling you. When people have this identity, this idea of you, and you begin to break the mold and expand, it makes them uncomfortable. Because you turn it into somebody they don't recognize. And that makes them uncomfortable. Then you're kind of holding up a mirror to them saying, hey, I'm doing what you're not willing to do. And I'm getting what I'm going to get. I'm getting what you ain't getting. And I'm going to get it like this. They don't want to see that. So I started noticing that when I went to college. Actually, the first time I got sober, when I was 19, and all the people I was in the streets with, like, started shunning me because I didn't get high anymore. It's like, damn, these are people I used to run, do dirt with. Like, we'd get down together. We had each other's backs. Now, because I don't want to get high anymore, like, this is how it is? Damn, it's weird. I thought I was just being shunned because I wasn't good enough. That's how little I thought of myself. Oh, I guess I'm not cool anymore. Or, I'm not good enough to hang around with these people. And then, fast forward years later, I just had a realization that there's more to life than what I'm doing with it. And I had to go do something. And I took a shot at college because I'd never got to experience that as a young man. I quit school in 8th grade. And all old friends, oh, you're too good for us now, huh, Mr. College? Like that kind of shit. Not like, hey, man, I love to see what you're doing. Good for you. I'm glad to see you doing something for yourself and for your family. And that's ultimately that I wanted a better lifestyle for my family. I wanted my son to have things that I didn't have growing up. And I just wasn't getting it done, what I was doing. I wasn't doing terrible, but I'm thinking like, why does it feel like I'm just getting by? What kind of example am I setting for my son? I don't want my wife to have to just get by. My wife at the time. And I want these people to live like royalty. What do I have to do about that? And I really didn't have answers then. Back then, the answer was college. So I did it. And I went and got a degree. And then I started to fucking making money. Good money. And yeah, I caught a lot of fucking heat, even from my own family. Oh yeah, family too. It doesn't matter. Nobody wants you to break out of their box. They want to keep you packaged up in this neat little familiar box where they can just kind of open it up and take what they need from you whenever they want. And when you start valuing yourself as you start growing, there's a lot less shit you tolerate and put up with. And you start demanding and commanding a certain amount of respect that, people used to be able to get away with not giving you, but still get from you. And that's just how fucking human beings are. Most of them. That's society at large. And that's just the way it goes, y'all. And it's not a bad thing. I'm not sitting here telling you better watch it because it's going to be like this. No, I'm not telling you. I'm encouraging you. Break out of the mold. Leave them all behind. Anybody who's meant to stay in your life will be there. And anybody who's meant to be in your life will show up when God's ready for them. You just get moving. Focus in, laser beam, and get after it. The shit that's meant to be there is going to be there. Trust me. And it's going to be a lot better quality. And that's also a good indicator that you're doing well. When you have people that you meet that support your new ideas and your new journey. People are saying, man, you got a YouTube? That's fucking awesome. Let me subscribe. You opened your own business? Damn, that's awesome. Give me your card, man. I want to support you any way I can. You what? You're a trainer too? What? Man, I'd love to get some tips. That's awesome, brother. Keep going. And they actually are genuinely interested and genuinely ask questions. What is your YouTube about? Well, it's about, in general, short answer, helping men. Man, that's great. The world needs that today. Well, I wish you the best. That's when you know. And that's also when I tell you that that's how you know you have haters. Because hate comes from beneath. People beneath you are not going to do that. People above you will always do what I just said. Always wish you the best and always want to see the best for you. I've gotten more support from total fucking strangers than I have from people who are dearest to me in my life. Think about that. That's just the way it is. I ain't even bitter about it. That's just the fucking nature, man. Max says, in support of your point, 2022 won a U.S. Army Best Medic competition. Some of my closest friends barked forward nothing but hate, nitpicking bullshit and trying to pull me down. There you go, Mac. You know exactly what I'm talking about. They want to see you do good, just not better than them. And that's the kind of people you need to ruthlessly remove from your life. Immediately. No waiting around, no explanations. Once they display that behavior towards you and that attitude, they got to go. Because it doesn't get any better. And the longer you let it slide, the more they perceive that as a weakness, not as a strength. They don't see you being strong and maintaining your center and doing the next right thing and being the bigger man. They see it as you being a weak bitch. So they're going to keep pushing and pushing and pushing till you got to get rid of them. When people show you that side of them, right there's everything you need to see about what they've been feeling about you all along. From deep down, they'll reveal themselves to you. That's when you know it's time to go. I don't care who it is. If it's your fucking wife acting like that, that woman despises you if that's how your wife carries on. If your best fucking friend since childhood, if your mother, your father treats you like that, get them out. Nobody gets that. Nobody gets away with that. If you want to keep your self-respect, you do that. Because people like that will try as hard as they can to make you feel like shit, to keep you beneath them. As you can see, I speak very passionately about this because I dealt with that. Nobody gets a fucking break. If I don't get a break, nobody does. That's that simple. Straighten the fuck up or get the fuck out. That's it. No compromise. DT says PM is $1 million in said person's bank account enough, or should they chase more? That depends on the situation. I mean, are you older? You ready to enjoy life a little bit? I'd say $1 million. Why not just keep going? Why not use the $1 million to make more money? You could take 20% of that and reinvest it in something and make more money. I mean, you could take 20% of that and you can buy real estate. You can go invest in something. Like, you can take interest and make money and live on that kind of stuff, you know? But I mean, if you're older and, you know, your life's squared away and you got everything figured out and you can make it work on $1 million and enjoy life the way you want, yeah, why not? I wouldn't personally. Because I would think if I can make $1 million, I can make 10 million, which I will make $1 million. When I make $1 million, that's exactly what I'm going to say. I made $1 million. I'm going to make 10 million. I can't stop. Don't want to stop. Andrew said, once I stopped comparing myself to others and just worrying about my own situation and goals, I became a lot happier. Yeah, comparison is the thief of all joy. Never compare yourself to other people. Never compare your insides to other people's outsides, brother. And that's all you're doing when you're doing that, because you're guessing. You're guessing. No way, I'm 42A at Jaber. True facts. Kempanchi Uzamaki. Thank you. Thank you, Kimberly. Yes, Ayush. Thank you for listening, brother. Thank you for that compliment. Fix your shit. Oh my God. FSH. So jelly. Here they go. They talking army talk. Oh, look a sweetheart. What's up, Chicago? Come in and tell your handsome man good night. Night, night. Night, night, sweet pea. Meme says, I thought I was the only one going through this. I just started a new job, and it's like I'm less available because of how demanding the job is. People who were there start disappearing. I felt alone. No, man, that's the way it happens. Good night, sweetheart. Thank you for dropping in. You better come back and see me tomorrow night. Getting here a little earlier. See that little sexy ass for a little while. Max said, sorry for blowing up your chat at Proudmasculine. No, brother, that's what I like. Engagement. That's the whole reason I get on this shit. It's the whole reason I have a live that I do. I love the engagement. I love exchanging ideas. I love giving people a different perspective of what their lives could potentially be. It's the only way I reach people. I don't really associate much in public, to be honest with you. Like, I went and ate dinner by myself tonight. That's the kind of shit I do. I have people that are dear to me. My son, you know, I got maybe 2 friends. I got my lovely. And I do a lot by myself. No, Kimberly, that's not what it's about. There's really no defined title or topic tonight. Somebody originally asked the question, what would I tell my 20-year-old self? And then Mac up here said something about, DT asked about, do you believe the more success you get in life, that friends try to bring you down? I went on a bit of a tangent about that. Mac mentioned his experience at the Best Medic competition in 2022. And it's just people asking questions, some intelligent, good questions, and sharing some experience. And then we got two $5 super chats, one from Rockadoodle and one from Bob, New Jersey. We got 5 memberships from Rockadoodle. Bought 5. You was in here, you might have got one. I think they randomly selects them. Mac, Rodera's a chick. She don't be doing masculine shit. She's just an army chick. But yeah, Kimberly, that's what it's about. Y'all. Hold on. There we go. Well, y'all, my phone's about to die. No, we've been over an hour now. Well, everybody, good. Great, great live tonight. Always turns out good like that. You know what I mean? I'm glad I went to dinner. You know, it's weird how God just kind of arranges things. And when you trust the process, the way things just turn out, pretty fucking awesome. Mac, DT, good to see you. Kimberly, Rodera, Rockadoodle, Ayush, Chicago's already gone. Meme, Mac, Kempachi. All y'all has come in and contributed tonight. Thank you so much. It was great talking with everybody. Much respect on them super chats and memberships tonight, y'all. Thank you so much. I will say hi. Everyone, when this thing is posted in the library as a video, however they do it. Well, Mac said $19.99 with the big 20 piece. W's in the chat for Mac. Giving up some love tonight, y'all. Thank you so much, Mac. Leave me some comments in there. Help me get back up in the algorithm, y'all. We're slowly getting there. Thank you for the donation, brother. Much love. Everybody, have a great night.